He's brought you The Stand, Carrie, Bag of Bones, Misery, The Shawshank Redemption, and Stand By Me. But he's never brought you anything like this.
Give me what I want, and I'll go away.
For the first time ever, the master of suspense has written an original novel for television. ABC is taking February by storm. Stephen King's Storm of the Century. See it first on ABC, then read the book.
Up next, how an effort to clear the roads is actually blocking some people in. Will new owners get the go-ahead to open a strip club where others were blocked?
A Webster band's battle to get back from a bowl game. And from the head of the Red Cross to the head of the country, will Elizabeth Dole run for president?
That and more.
Next.
News Source 13, dedicated to covering the news of this community. For 10 years, you've made News Source 13 the area's #1 source for news. News Source 13, committed to bringing you the very best in local news today and into the next century. News Source 13, proud to bring you more local news, more local experience.
Why would you put off projects? Because you don't know how to do it yourself. Let Chase Pitkin help.
Chase Pitkin's been doing it longer and better than anyone in the business. I just needed some encouragement.
This terrific solder computer card is easy to assemble. It features a pull-out keyboard and printer shelves in beautiful cherry or woodland oak finish. Your choice, just $99.
That's all it took. Just a few pointers.
You don't have to do it yourself.
Chase Pitkin.
Coming up, News Source 13, winner of more Edward R. Murrow Awards than any other station in the country. News Source 13, Rochester's most honored news. From WOKR, Rochester, this is News Source 13 at 11.
Good evening, I'm Jenny Ryan.
And I'm Don Alhard. Well, it appears winter was waiting for 1999. This first week of the new year finds cold weather in Rochester and snow all around us, or at least to the west. The snow closed a 55-mile stretch of the thruway between Depew and Rochester earlier today. It did reopen tonight for traffic. The highway was closed due to poor visibility and slippery conditions. The thruway shut down just after 10 o'clock this morning. Many drivers didn't find out the highway was closed until they reached the Leroy exit. In Buffalo, lake effect snow and dangerous whiteout shut down the city for the day. The thruway is still closed from the Pennsylvania state line to near Buffalo. That snowfall stopped just about 20 minutes from Rochester.
And even if you weren't on the thruway today, travel within Rochester had its difficult moments. City side streets and even some cars were practically buried under a layer of snow and ice. Tonight, as News Source 13's Norma Holland found out, city plows are busy trying to make a dent in it all.
Joe, I still need to hear from 26, 34, and 55.
All right, all your routes have started. Thanks, Roy.
20, 22, and 24? I'm sorry?
They're not plowing snow, but they are responsible for making sure city plow trucks do. Inside this command center, workers coordinate the city's efforts to clear out side streets after last weekend's storm.
With our 48 plows, we're sending out 13 loaders, and we're going to areas that have been identified as problems, been called in as problems, and we're going to move the snow out of those areas with the loaders.
And if your car is parked on the wrong side of the street, too bad. Plow trucks will snow you in if you aren't already. Plus, cars that aren't out of the way will be ticketed. For their own good, city residents are warned to heed street parking rules.
So you're supposed to park on one side of the street, but then the other side of the street isn't plowed. It's definitely a hassle. It's a big hassle.
This first cleanup wasn't an easy sweep. Side streets aren't salted like main roadways, so some plows found it difficult to break through the packed snow and ice. But the city says it will push on until all the streets are clear. Norma Holland, News Source 13.
And to help make plowing easier, city crews are asking people to move their cars when the trucks come through. If you have any questions about future cleanup efforts, call the Office of Customer Satisfaction at 428-5990.
Well, for hundreds of holiday air travelers, the journey is not yet over. Airlines are still trying to get back on schedule after the weekend snowstorm. Even here at Rochester's airport, long lines formed at ticket counters today. People anxious to get a plane and get to their destinations. Few of the flights out of Rochester were canceled, but heavy snow in places like Chicago and Buffalo caused some lengthy delays. Among those caught in those airport delays, the Webster High School Band, seen here performing in November over at Ralph Wilson Stadium. They placed second in this past Saturday's Fiesta Bowl parade that was held in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, they were due back yesterday, but because of bad weather and airport cancellations, they should be arriving in just about a half hour from now. They're on a chartered flight bringing them to Rochester. As far as the weather for the rest of this week, we'll check that out with our chief meteorologist, Bill Peterson, in a couple of minutes.
For people who live on Rochester's northwest side, it's like a bad case of deja vu. Once again, they're fighting to stop adult entertainment from being featured practically in their backyard. As News Source 13's Brian Washington reports, in this latest battle, neighbors scored another victory.
For the second time within a year, hundreds of Maplewood residents turned out to block a nude bar from opening in their neighborhood.
Is it a little bit daunting to be back here again?
A little bit, but if it needs to be done, we'll be here because we still believe in it, as we did this summer.
Last July, these same residents organized a strong lobbying machine, one that halted a strip club from being built here on Mount Read Boulevard, even though the area is zoned for such use. Now, the owners of this former party house want to lease the building for a new juice bar.
The taxes are quite high on the property, and the property is decaying. Their investment is diminishing as the days pass when you cannot effectively market the property for sale or for lease.
An attorney representing the company looking to lease space here for the juice bar presented the Planning Commission with an environmental impact study. Now, the results of that study indicate that such a juice bar would not have a negative impact in the neighborhood. Not surprisingly, residents in this area say they're not buying those findings.
Like the members of the board here said, it didn't seem to have any basis in fact. They didn't cite any statistics. They didn't cite any facts. They just put opinions on paper and try to get these guys to swallow it.
That was Brian Washington reporting. The city's Planning Commission turned down the applicant's request for the juice bar, as well as his additional request to establish a lingerie shop. People in the Maplewood neighborhood area are hoping this is the end of any more strip club proposals. They are working together to put a community consortium to purchase the property and put it away, what they call to better use.
Some updates tonight. A Rochester man has been charged with murder after police say he shot his wife of more than 50 years. It happened early this morning at the couple's home on Driving Park Avenue. 85-year-old David Smering is alleged to have shot his 75-year-old wife, Rosina, because she had been depressed, he said. David Smering then attempted unsuccessfully to take his own life. A 14-year-old boy from Clarkson missing since last night is home safe tonight. Jonathan Takacs apparently had run away after a fight at his home. He was spotted in Brockport this morning. And SUNY public safety officers are now police officers. 16 officers sworn in today on the Brockport campus. They join other SUNY campuses across the state who now have full police powers, including the right to carry a weapon. The university officers can also assist police departments in the area off campus.
Some neighborhood news. Spencerport's mayor is calling it quits. Bob Kincaid has decided to retire. Ted Walker, a village trustee, will serve for the next year. Walker will run in the elections a year from March for the last remaining year of Kincaid's term.
I heard someone in the newsroom tonight ask when that big mound of snow that's stuck in the driveway will disappear, and you said what, Friday if you're lucky?
Thursday or Friday, we're going to get back up into the 30s. A little bit of a meltdown, a little bit of rain, I think, to help in the melting, although it will mix with snow. We'll continue to watch that system because hopefully everything will melt, because I think we have another system then that's headed this way. They'll bring us a little more snow and probably another cool down toward the end of the weekend. Let's take a look now at our live Fast Track 13. You can see we do have some snow that has developed up along the lakeshore, mainly north of the Thruway. We'll continue to watch this. This band has developed in about the last 2 to 3 hours. You can see through northwest Monroe County and through up down into Greece and Hamlin-Hilton area also. And over around Wayne County, in through Sodus, over towards Sodus Bay, Rondequoit, and then well to the east also. What I think we'll see is right along the lakeshore, about 1 to 2 inches of snow during the night. Everybody else we'll see a dusting to about an inch, and through parts of down into Wyoming County. The lake effect snow warning still remains in effect there. They could see a bunch of snow again tonight as these snow squalls redevelop. It's not occurring right now, but they will redevelop later tonight as the winds become a little bit more westerly and then southwesterly, and we could see some very heavy snow accumulations in through Wyoming County, southern Genesee County. Everybody else, as I said, seeing not very much in the way of rain. Temperatures, it has stayed cold around the area in the teens, as you can see right now. 15 in Rochester, 13 down in Honey Eye Falls. Warmer up in Webster at 18 degrees, and Parma, Batavia right now coming in at 13 degrees. Now in Canandaigua, they're at 14 degrees. The winds right now calm, so not a major problem over there. The humidity at about 78%. Temperature over Batavia is 13. The dew point has dropped. Humidity up just a little bit. And of course, we head over to Honey Eye, about 13 degrees there also, as we pointed out, and humidity at about 83%. The winds have been up and down, but they're finally beginning to settle down. It means wind chills are closer to zero than they were 20 to below. That's where they were most of the day during the day today. Across the country, we really have had some interesting things going on back in the Pacific Northwest. You can see some light snow back through here because of this kind of stationary system. It's down through the central part of the country. All the snow here really has been lake effect snow. Now for tomorrow, high pressure continues to dominate. That means lake effect snow will be the major feature as we head into Wednesday. You can see there's a little bit of a system that's going to continue to push through, and of course you can see the effects of that. The system is pushing through. That's the system that brought the weekend weather. Continues to push well off the eastern seaboard. We continue with some clouds around us. You can kind of see widespread broken clouds, and that's what we will see into tomorrow. Northeast, you can really get the effect that the lakes are having. You see these streamers of lake clouds and snow really coming across the lake. This is what we're going to see the rest of tonight, and that is what will bring some significant snowfall in a few areas. Forecast for tonight, flurries for most of us, lake effect snow in through Wayne County, again in Wyoming County, where they could see some significant accumulation. Our low temperature tonight, about 12 degrees. For tomorrow, we're looking at clouds, maybe some sun, also some flurries, and I suspect that we'll see a little bit of additional lake effect snow during the day tomorrow. High temperature will be about 21 degrees, the low 15 as we head toward Wednesday. Again, that mixture of clouds and sun, some light snow off and on. Nothing major. That little system I showed you does push through. A little bit of melting going on if we're lucky, about 30 degrees for a high, low down to around 15. For Thursday, a few flurries, the high about 28 degrees, and then on Friday, our high temperature. So I talked about that meltdown. Well, 37 degrees will be the high on Friday. Could see a little bit of rain or snow. Low temperature that day will be actually 24 degrees. So it will stay, I think, below freezing up until about the end of the week, and then we'll start to see some melting. Interestingly enough, we talk about the ice on the roads, particularly secondary roads. You can put all the chemicals and the salt and all this stuff on them. It doesn't work very well once the temperature gets this cold. If the temperature is up near freezing, it works great. So we actually need to warm up to get these chemicals to really remove the ice that's on the road surfaces and the sidewalks and the parking lots. So if you're out, you need to be aware that there are some ice, parking lots, sidewalks, and things like that. You just can't get it away this time of year. You got to be very careful. It will, and I tell you, I get on an incline, you can slide right down it because it's slippery.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Bill.
Yep.
A weather-related story. 1998 will go down in the record books as one hot year. A study at Cornell University confirms last year was the warmest on record in the Northeast. The average temperature was 49.8 degrees, breaking the record of 49.5 degrees set in 1953. Those pictures from Charlotte today.
That's our News Source 13 family.
There we go.
Spent some time with this summer. And
just thought to share that with you. There is more news ahead tonight from your news source.
Yeah, another Dole, speaking of family, may be looking toward the White House. Also, and last fall's big election surprise has now become this year's most popular governor.
And in sports, we'll take you back to the Fiesta Bowl, where a champion was crowned in college football. Plus, the Nighthawks are happy about their top pick in the draft. We'll tell you why coming up after the lottery numbers.
Looking for a great night's sleep? Looking for a great sofa? Get both and for a great price at Futons and More, Rochester's only all futon store. A futon is an excellent bed, an excellent sofa. It's both. And at a great price, too. Take it home today, sleep on it tonight at Futons and More. The biggest selection, the best price. At 1769 Mount Hope near Westfall Road.
A great night's sleep is in store. Futons and More.
When you need the power of real professionals, call Airport Transmission. Your vehicle's service problems are no match for the top-notch staff at Airport Transmission. Foreign or domestic, we rebuild transmissions, heavy truck and Allison, computer diagnostics, with one-day service and a nationwide guarantee. Financing available and free county-wide towing with a transmission replacement. The team is ready. Call Airport Transmission and leave your vehicle troubles with the professionals.
Parents, don't miss Allendale Columbia School's open house on Thursday, January 14th. Meet the people that make Allendale Columbia such a special place.
There's that sort of aha moment when a child is just learning to read or has something that they're just accomplishing for the first time. The look on their face at whatever age, that's the gravy, I think, when you're a teacher. And it keeps you going.
For more information, please call 381-4560. A lifetime of success begins at Allendale Columbia School.
When it's time to get down to business, it's time to call Rochester Copier. Here's where you'll find the next generation in digital printing and copying, color or black and white, plus the latest scanning and faxing technologies. Rochester Copier has the connected digital products your business needs in the next millennium, plus the best service and technical support available, along with comprehensive training for you and your staff. Rochester Copier can help your business. Call 442-8770 today and find out how.
It's Max Buys Carpet's big January clearance. Every floor in stock has been slashed in price. Top-of-the-line carpet now as low as $11.99 a yard, completely installed. New hardwood now as low as $4.99, installed in an 8x10 room. Durable laminate flooring, $4.99, completely installed. A 9x12 room installed with Armstrong vinyl, just $1.99. Plus, Max Buys gives you no payments and no interest for 12 full months. The big January clearance, now through February the 1st, only at Max Buys. You want new flooring? Max Buys has got it.
You're watching News Source 13 with Don Alhart, Jenny Ryan, Chief Meteorologist Bill Peterson, and Mike Catalana on sports. News Source 13, more local news, more local experience.
With his impeachment trial in the Senate looming, President Clinton is keeping his options open for his State of the Union address. The president is planning to deliver his speech January 19th, and so far there's been no request for a delay. However, both Republican and Democratic senators say Mr. Clinton should not deliver the speech if his impeachment trial is taking place. Elizabeth Dole is raising the hopes of supporters who want her to run for president. Today in Washington, Mrs. Dole announced she's stepping down as head of the American Red Cross. And as the wife of a former presidential candidate, Bob Dole, she knows all about campaigning for the White House.
Well, his body's been in the wrestling ring, then he threw his hat into the political ring. Now Jesse the Body Ventura is starting his new job. Today, the former pro wrestler was sworn in as governor of Minnesota. To the surprise of many, Ventura beat the odds to win the election as the Reform Party candidate. At his swearing in, he spoke about what he has to offer the people of Minnesota as their new governor.
And I tell you today that the one thing you'll get from Governor Jesse Ventura, you may not always want to hear it, but you will get honesty.
And part of that honesty, he says, includes no appointments before 9 a.m. because he has to work out.
Here in Rochester, Thomas Rainbow Morris was sworn in as Rochester's newest city court judge. Morris, who is 49, is a Rochester native and has served as chief of the local court bureau in the DA's office. As for the name Rainbow, it's his mother's maiden name, and everyone's always called him Rainbow. Coming up, tonight's live lottery drawing. Not live, but the lottery drawing.
And we'll share some business news first, though. Europe's new currency is off to a strong start. Even though the euro was officially launched on New Year's Day, today was the first day for trading it on the international exchanges. The euro got a warm welcome, bringing in as much as $1.18. Now we take it to Wall Street. There's a small gain to build on when the opening bell sounds tomorrow. The Dow picked up almost 3 points on the first day of 1999 trading. More than 892 million shares changed hands. Here are some issues of interest to local investors tonight. Bausch & off $1.75 a share. Eastman Chemical was up 69 cents. Eastman Kodak off 81 cents a share. Frontier was down 81 cents. IBM down $1.38. Johnson & Johnson today off $1.19 a share. Mediva Pharmaceuticals off 69 cents. Paychex up 31 cents a share. RG&E was up a quarter, and Xerox was down 25 cents.
On the next Entertainment Tonight, never-before-seen Star Wars pictures from Vanity Fair. It's 15 pages of photos from the set of this year's most anticipated film. And teen heartthrob Leif Garrett, the compelling story of the drug-induced accident that cost him millions and paralyzed his friend. Now, after 20 years, witness the confrontation as the two meet for the first time.
What happened that night?
On ET.